It is the City of Angels homecoming weekend here at the University of La Verne. Today was the culmination of festivities that began back on Monday with the Court of Leos being revealed. Throughout the week, there were many events including tons of free food, giveaways, including sculpture making, free t-shirts, and a caricature artist event. Today, all day long, current students both on campus and commuters, as well as alums from years back, were on campus celebrating the 2018 homecoming weekend with free food, popular music, and other prizes throughout the day. It has been something to marvel at with cheerleaders, athletes, students, faculty, and virtually all clubs and organizations out all day with their respective booths, promoting their creative activities and goodies that they had to offer. Fellow alum DJ Santana was out there today joining all the festivities and is currently out providing great music and entertainment on the ones and twos at the tailgate party in the parking lot. Around noon, they had a brilliant and amazing parade going through the streets of La Verne, celebrating past royalty winners and current royalty nominees for Homecoming 2018. President Lieberman was out during the parade and participating in the festivities earlier today, showing her Leo pride amongst fellow alum, faculty, and current students. Prizes were awarded all day long, including prizes to the best booth and best float during the parade. It has been a day for all Leos to celebrate their City of Angels 2018 homecoming weekend. Good evening and welcome to Ortmeyer Stadium here on the campus of the University of La Verne for tonight's SCIAC football matchup between the visiting Pomona Pitzer Sagehens and the home La Verne Leopards. I'm Billy Lopez alongside Christopher Livingston, bringing you La Verne's 2018 homecoming football game on LVTV3 La Verne Community Television. As we take a look at the standings in SCIAC, La Verne sitting at the bottom of the standings at 0-1 in SCIAC, 0-3 overall. Pomona Pitzer 0-1 in SCIAC, 1-2 overall. Chris, as we take a look at some of the players to watch, who are some of the players that are definitely going to be big key factors?
Well, Billy, I'm going to start off with the two running backs for La Verne, starting with James Gonzalez. 46 attempts, 289 yards, 6.1 yards average per carry. Third in SCIAC with 93.3 yards per game. Then we move over to Martavius Holiday, a big X factor, 17 attempts, 75 yards. I would really like to see La Verne use more of him because when he's on the field, when he gets the ball, he makes big plays. Moving on, we have Nathaniel Sagastumi at wide receiver. He's a great receiver. He's very athletic, a little bit undersized. I want to see if La Verne can use him in the slot throughout this game. We got Amir Bishop, another wide receiver, kind of a bigger-bodied receiver with 135 yards on the season thus far. Let's see if Josh Evans can utilize his weapons properly. He's 27 of 61, 3 interceptions and 2 touchdowns on the year. He needs to have a big game in the air if they want to beat Pomona Pitzer.
So take a look. La Verne opening kickoff to Pomona Pitzer. Pomona Pitzer will start off with their pretty good offense, Chris. They got a dual-headed quarterback system. Ed Saez, normally their pocket passer. They have Carter Otterman, who's more of a, run-type gun player that can do all. He even sets up in wide receiver sometimes, so they have 2 quarterback system that they like to run. Ed Saez has been the predominant starter as of late. We'll see who they go with today as we take a look. 1st and 10 for Pomona Pitzer from their own 26. Ed Saez in at quarterback, drops back. He's going to look left, is flushed out of the pocket, is going to have to get things done with his wheels, and was hit hard as he slid down. Late flags coming in.
And that's a shame right there. La Verne, that has been their big Achilles heel throughout the entire season, Billy, is penalties, primarily on the defense, getting late hits. And already here, first play of the game, a late hit on La Verne. So not the way that La Verne wants to start after a great defensive performance on that first play.
You mentioned penalties, Chris. They are actually penalized 12 times.
Number 90, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So the 15-yard penalty is enforced, automatic first down for Pomona. But as you were saying, Chris, 12 penalties per game is what La Verne is averaging, which is by far worst in SCIAC. They've given up a total of 290 yards, averaging 96 yards, giving it to their counter opponents. As there's a quick pass on the right side for a decent gain on first. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
That was a quick pass to Win Hunter, a quick little slant route. He was able to make the grab, and he's a kind of a bigger-bodied receiver, so he was able to move his way to get a good amount of yardage.
2 receivers set up to the left, 2 to the right. Out of the pro set, Ed Saez with a high snap is going to be flushed inside the pocket. A little dump off, immediately hit and taken down.
On that play, the offensive line was having a little bit of trouble blocking the defensive line of Laverne. One of the defensive ends on the left-hand side, giving Otterman a
10-yard penalty, second down.
Giving Otterman some pressure, and then there was an obvious hold call right there, as you just saw.
Offensive lineman Warren Hassanoin, the guilty party. Second down.
And it looked like Michael Bloomfield on the defensive line, who was putting the pressure on Otterman.
So 2nd and 11 for the Sagehands. We set up now 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And another flag here, false start on the offense.
False start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Here the coaches from Pomona Pitzer and players getting frustrated verbally at this offense, running into a few penalties of their own. Now 2nd and 16 to start.
Now we got to see how this Laverne defense is going to react. With a 2nd and long, they have an opportunity to stop Pomona Pitzer.
So here's Saez rolling out to his left, is going to find Otterman near a first down. Sideline signaling for it. Looks like they're going to mark it just a yard short of the first.
Well, you're going to have to do a better job at defending if you want to stop Pomona Pitzer. Otterman had no one around him, allowing Saez to find him and make that pass.
At 6 feet, 195 pounds, Otterman, a good option to go to if you're Saez. And now we see Carter Otterman in at quarterback here on 3rd and short. He's going to take the direct snap and run it up the left side. And they're going to give him the first down. So immediately we see the dual-headed quarterbacks. Ed Saez, more the traditional passer. Then when it comes to 3rd and short, get it to Otterman, and he's going right through the line.
And that's a great strategy. Who needs a running back when you have a big, powerful quarterback that can just run it like that?
So after 2 penalties to no avail, Pomona Pitzer gets their first down, 1st and 10 from the Laverne 45, now in Laverne territory. 2 receivers to the right and to the left. Saez drops back, steps up in the pocket, finds Kapule, his wide receiver on the right side.
Laverne played a little soft in coverage on that play, allowing Kapule to find an open hole in the zone and make the grab.
So a 6-yard pickup to Nick Kapule. 2nd and 4 now from the Laverne 38. Kapule now set up as a running back to the right of Otterman. Otterman drops it off, immediately tackled. Austin Brown breaking through, getting to the running back.
And that was a really good job by the Laverne defense, able to sniff that out. They moved the man in motion to get the handoff, and the defense was there to stop him. I'm surprised Pomona Pitzer didn't go. There was a size mismatch between the receivers nearest to us.
Empty back. Saez drops back on 3rd and 9. A quick shot to his freshman wide receiver, getting the first down with a dive.
Nice quick pass, once again, punishing Laverne for playing a little bit too soft. Laverne needs to press the cornerbacks better, especially on those quick passes.
That's the freshman wide receiver, Nathan Miles. Miles was tackled by Brown a play ago on the end route, trying to get a run to the right side. Now finds himself in the slot to the left side. 1st and 10, Saez from Pomona drops back, steps up, throws up the middle, bobbled around and unable to handle it was Winfield Hunter.
Bad break for Win Hunter. He had the ball in his hands, but had trouble bringing it in. And good job for Laverne being able to pop the ball out for the incompletion.
So 2nd and 10 from the Laverne 33. Hunter already with 1 reception on the day. Came into today leading Pomona Pitzer in receiving yards at 219. Had over 100 last week against Redlands to go along with 11 catches. Saez takes the snaps, going to throw deep to Otterman, and it's going to be completed. Otterman went up to grab it, and they're inside the 10.
Wow, I was watching that mismatch the entire time. Otterman towering above the cornerback, able to go up there, and it's just the ability of who can get up there faster. And Otterman with that high, able to jump up there and bring the ball in for a nice grab and a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the Laverne 5. On the doorstep of an opening drive score for Pomona Pitzer. They're going to hand it off up the side to the left, tackled by the defensive line of Laverne.
That was Joseph Hall with the carry, unable to really find any room as he was plowing through the line. Good job by that defensive line of Laverne.
Just under 10 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. The 2018 homecoming game for Laverne. Pomona Pitzer working from right to left.
Keep an eye on Otterman at the top.
Here's Saez on 2nd and goal from the 4. Gonna throw it to the left end, no flags. Pomona Pitzer wanted some shoving there to no avail to bring up 3rd.
Andrew Camargo, the safety, on coverage, but there is a flag on the play.
Number 18, defense. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
And Camargo, who was playing safety, coverage on that play is the one with the pass interference.
And late flag coming in from the official behind the play, getting a better look at it than we were, as well as the sideline official. So new life here, 1st and goal from the Laverne 2. Now Otterman in at quarterback, takes the snap. He's gonna take it himself, diving into the end zone for an opening drive touchdown for Pomona Pitzer.
Nice fake handoff, Otterman keeping it in his hands and just running through. Really had very little resistance as the linebackers were biting on the fake handoff. And Otterman able to use that big frame of his to plow through for the 6 points.
Interesting stat. That is Otterman's 1st rushing touchdown of the season to go along with 82 rushing yards this year. In for the point after for Pomona Pitzer.
Got a guy running out onto the field.
Is Winston Lee. Winston Lee, and flags coming in.
Laverne side jumped quick, it looks like.
You know, as we await the point after, Chris, it's interesting to note Pomona Pitzer has missed 3.
Offside, number 90. Contact in the neutral zone.
They've missed 3
Half the
point
distance to the
afters.
goal. Replay the try.
The most in SCIAC. Originally, Cameron Coe would be taking them, but now they're going with their 2nd string kicker, Winston Lee, who's taken over that job now, as Cameron Coe has missed some decent point afters.
And that kills you as a kicker. If you're not able to make the easy extra points, there's really no use for you.
And once again, some shoving and jumping offside on the Laverne side.
It comes down to discipline, Billy. That's something that the Laverne defense has lacked a lot this season. Last week against CMS.
Offside. Defense. Contact in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. Replay the try.
Last week against CMS, Laverne stopped them at their goal line, but then a roughing the kicker penalty allowed CMS to regain 4 downs, and we were able to score on them.
And it looks like instead of going for the point after now, Otterman and the offensive unit of Pomona Pitzer is going to trot onto the field here at Ortmeyer Stadium, looking for 2 now.
Watch Otterman to just run it in.
They failed the two-point conversion last week to tie the game against Redlands. Otterman takes the snap, is going to dive towards the end zone. He's going to fumble the ball before it's going loose. They're going to give it to him. They're going to say he broke the plane, but there's also flags going down, so we'll have to see what's going on here.
All he had to do was jump up and put his arm over the line. Already a lot of laundry being thrown onto the field.
5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
So take a look. Offensive penalty. Otterman broke the plane. You see the official lineman coming in and making the call that the two-point conversion was good. But because of the penalty, now they're going to rethink things here, and they're going to have Winston Lee come in now for a point after.
I can't recall the last time I saw this many retries on an extra point.
Long snapper, Michael
If
Collins.
he's not iced now, I don't know we'll ice him. Winston Lee puts it up and is going to split the uprights. So Pomona Pitzer with a 7-0 lead, 9:30 remaining in the opening quarter. What did you see from Pomona Pitzer in the opening drive?
Well, the utilization of those two quarterbacks really confused the defense. Otterman is a beast out there. He's able to not only run the ball, but able to go up there and make a grab, as we witnessed them, that big grab he had earlier that got him to the 5-yard line. Laverne needs to do a better job of keeping an eye on where Otterman is, because he's going to be a huge factor in this game. The big issue, though, is that secondary is undersized, and Otterman is towering. I mean, half the receivers that Pomona Pitzer has is towering over them. So Laverne has to try and figure out what they're going to do to fight that battle.
So Cameron Coe in to kickoff for Pomona Pitzer. Picked up at the Laverne 3, running to the left side, and not able to get to the 20, tackled around the 17-yard line.
That was James Gonzalez, the starting running back, that fielded that kick and just got leveled once he encountered the Pomona Pitzer special teams unit.
Interesting battle today. Pomona Pitzer, the pass-heavy team. Laverne, the rush-heavy team. But it's going to be a battle of defenses, as we mentioned before. Pomona Pitzer does a great job at stopping the run, and Laverne struggles with stopping the pass. Here's a run right here to Gonzalez. He's going to break through the first line, get into the secondary, and tackled at the 35.
That was a nice open hole for Gonzalez, and using that speed of his to just make his way into the third level of the Pomona Pitzer defense.
So wake-up call to this Pomona Pitzer team, who usually stops the run pretty well. 1st and 10 for Laverne from their own 37. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Laverne trails Pomona 7-0. Evans, under quarterback, drops it off to Gonzalez on the left side. Decent yardage once again.
Gonzalez took the handoff, moved off to the left tackle, found a lot of running room, dropped to the ground, and ball popped out late. Very fortunate it wasn't a fumble.
So 2nd and 6. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A handoff to Gonzalez up the middle. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
That Laverne offensive line is winning that battle in the trenches on this drive so far. Now I'm curious to see, what is Laverne going to do? They're running the ball effectively. Can they use that to open up the pass game?
3rd and 1 yard to go. Gonzalez, the lone back alongside Evans. 3 receivers bunched to the right, 1 lone up top to the left. Evans making changes. Gonna hand it to Gonzalez on the left side. He's gonna break through, gets the first down. So 4 rushes to begin the offensive threat for Laverne. All to Gonzalez, 2 first downs. This offense is looking pretty solid.
Well, what you have to like is they're lining up with 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. So that's forcing Pomona Pitzer to spread thin defensively. So it's just the line that Gonzalez has to get through to be able to make an effective run.
Getting a breather is Gonzalez. Here's Martavius Holiday with his first carry up the line through the O-line for a nice first down run.
Martavius Holiday, keep an eye on him throughout this game. He is someone that definitely deserves more of a workload for this team, that once he gets the ball, he is able to turn it into positive yardage one way or another.
Once again, Holiday stays in on 2nd and 4. Now in Pomona Pitzer territory from the Pomona 45. So we'll have a flag here.
Snap infraction, number 62.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Just about negates the 6-yard run. Now brings up 2nd and 9 for Laverne.
Joseph Whitmer at center for Laverne needs to do a better job understanding the snap count with his quarterback.
Same setup, 3 to the right, 1 up top to the left. Holiday breaking through the defensive line into the secondary of Pomona Pitzer.
As I said, these Laverne running backs they are very fast, and when they're able to get past that line, as you can see here, Martavius Holiday just takes it and just goes straight, head down, running downhill, able to get a good amount of yardage.
And keeping his feet moving despite the contact. It's what you love to see from your running backs. 6:30 remaining in the first. Laverne trails 7-0. A handoff to Martavius Holiday on the left end, trying to sneak across the left tackle. Small gain on first.
Now Laverne has a great opportunity now to try and use that passing game. They've got Pomona Pitzer falling back now. Keep an eye on Nate Sagastumi, number 5 in the slot. He has been going through. He's got a linebacker on him right now. That's a huge mismatch.
2nd and 6. Handoff to Gonzalez. Up through the left side. Small gain, and it'll bring up now a big 3rd down.
Short game. Pomona Pitzer starting to keep an eye on the running game. They're watching the running backs now.
3rd down conversion, 23% success rate, which is worse than SCIAC for Laverne. They need a big one here. 3rd and 3 to keep the drive going. They already trail 7-0 with 5:30 remaining in the first. Evans takes the snap. He's going to drop back. Gonzalez picks up the block, trying to find Sagastumi, and he finds him into the end zone.
Great play. Great call by Evans, able to audible on the play. Pomona Pitzer was reading run because Laverne has not passed it all game. And then Nate Sagastumi using that speed of his. I told you he's going to be a huge X factor. Him lining up in the slot. As you can see, just burns his defender, and it's just nothing but green grass for him on a very nicely thrown ball by Josh Evans. Evans able to stand in the pocket, nice and patiently make the throw for the touchdown.
Diego Garcia in for the point after, drills it. Is a perfect 8 for 8 on point afters. And we're all knotted up, 7-7 here in the first quarter.
That passing game for Laverne is going to be a huge factor. You see Nate Sagastumi just beats his defender and able to just waltz into the end zone after that grab.
There's just a 1 move to the right with his left foot, getting Eric Smith, the defensive back from Pomona, crossed up. He's going to slide up right through the center.
Diego Garcia, kick off.
I like the play call. I like the pass play. What I'd like to see in the future in this game is for Laverne to try and use a short pass game. Mike Evans does very well when he stands in the pocket, but throughout the season, when he stands back there too long, he gets rocked, and then he starts feeling phantom pressure and rolling out a lot, and that throws off his accuracy.
And something we forgot to mention on that play, Chris, was Gonzalez picking up the block on that blind side of Evans, giving him the protection he needed just for a few split seconds to find Sagastumi. Garcia kicks it off. A beautiful run here for Pomona Pitzer on the left side. Breaks through tackles at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. No flags, a kickoff return touchdown for Tate Tussing.
What a great run.
96 yards.
A lot of missed tackles there. He should have been brought back way before he broke free. A lot of arm tackles. And with these big-bodied players on Pomona Pitzer, you're going to have to attack at the legs. You can't try and wrap them up top.
And just like that, Chris, this crowd here at Ortmeyer just stunned. I mean, you go from 1 second, everyone up and cheering, a touchdown to tie the game, and immediately the kickoff, and Tate Tussing 96 yards to the house. And once again, of course, we have some flags here on the point after.
Number 24, offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
So a delay of game, making this extra point kick just a little bit more difficult.
Winston Lee once again in for the point after.
Here's some of the members of Pomona Pitzer sideline yelling at each other to stop celebrating, to get onto the field.
He's going to drill it off of the left upright. Bounces inside. So Winston Lee, a shaky 2 for 2, but Pomona Pitzer's up 14-7.
Time for the Laverne offense to come right back out and try and get more points on the board.
Take a look at Tate Tussing breaking through up the middle. There you go, a lot of arm tackles as you were talking about, Chris. Not able to wrap him up from the legs, and after that it was just green daylight ahead of him.
As I said, a lot of arm tackles. They need to grab him by the legs and bring him down. He should have been brought down during that little scrum, but he was able to use that big body of his to keep moving and put on a show for the Pomona Pitzer fans.
5:09 remaining in the opening quarter. Pomona Pitzer with a 14-7 lead. Laverne gonna give their second try at things offensively. Scored on their opening drive. Josh Evans, the connection to Nate Sagastumi. They kick off here. Gonzalez will scoop it up right at the 9-yard line. He's gonna take it to the left side. Gonna try to break through up the middle. Scampers to around the 30. And Laverne will set up 1st and 10.
Now what is Laverne, how does Laverne respond on this play? He had some great success on the ground game. But Pomona Pitzer, they know Laverne is a running team. They're going to be sneaking in a lot more, putting more guys in the box, trying to put pressure on the running game.
Martavius Holiday, the back alongside Evans to the right. 3 wide receivers rather. A fake handoff, throwing it to the receiver Sagastumi on a wide receiver screen for 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
I like that play call. Pomona Pitzer is playing a little bit soft on coverage. Enough time for Josh Evans to make the quick screen pass to Nate Sagastumi. And Sagastumi's very athletic, very speedy, very quick, able to get that amount of yards.
Here we go, 2nd and 4, the 6-yard pickup. Here's a handoff up the middle to the right side, breaking a few tackles of his own, is Marcellus Hunter. Marcellus Hunter getting his first go, getting a 1st down.
Marcellus Hunter is another big factor at running back for Laverne. Nice patience as he waits for his hole to open, then took his opportunity for the 1st down.
One of a more cut back rather than sprint up ahead, as you mentioned, the poise and the patience of Hunter. Hunter once again on the right side, gonna stiff arm his way out of bounds, picking up a decent 2 yards on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Good job by the offensive line. Everyone was moving to the right, opening up the hole for the short gain.
2nd down and 7. Shy of midfield from the Laverne 49.
Keep an eye on the one-on-one coverage.
A low snap and a flag before the snap.
False start. Number 67, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And Billy, you mentioned the low 3rd down efficiency for Laverne. A lot of it's credited to these penalties that knock them back.
Yeah, Chris, they're not short 3rd down attempts that they're attempting here. Penalties are bringing them back. It's 3rd and long. They're forced to throw some deep passes on 3rd and 12, 3rd and 9. The defense could cover things. Here's a fumble here on the snap. Evans is going to scoop it up, staying alive, throwing it to the right side and out of bounds. That could have been dangerous. There was a flag in the back. Evans had the wherewithal to get it, stay on his feet, escape, and get rid of it. Otherwise, that could have been 3rd and about 30, as we were talking about.
They might grab him for a horse collar tackle. They're pulling on Josh Evans as he was making that throw. So great arm strength by Evans to get that ball off while being dragged from behind. But he needs to keep an eye on the ball when it's being snapped, because that play could have been disastrous.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 13, who was eligible, was in the area of the pass. We have personal foul, horse collar tackle. Number 52, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
A big horse collar. I mean, you saw it plainly right there in front of us here at the 35-yard line of Laverne. It's going to put them into Pomona Pitzer territory. 1st and 10 from the Pomona 41. Laverne trying to keep up pace with this Pitzer offense. They trail 14-7 late in the first.
That was linebacker Andrew Heffler, Pomona Pitzer, that was credited with that penalty.
You know, and Heffler loves to break through that line, is leading Pitzer with 4 sacks this year. As there's a quick pass to Sagastumi, immediately tackled after the catch. Loss of yards there on 1st down.
Now, my big criticism about the passing game for Laverne is they like to throw, they'll either throw it deep or they'll throw screen passes. I want to see him run some hitch routes, some quick slants. Use Nate Sagastumi in the middle of the field against those linebackers.
2nd and 11, a flag on the play. Evans is going to empty it out, throwing incomplete, intended for his receiver, Grayson Klein.
Josh Evans trying to take advantage of that flag.
5-yard penalty.
Second down.
Trying to use that free play, but he was not able to hit Grayson Klein, who was covered pretty well.
I'll tell you, Chris, still 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter, a total of 11 penalties for nearly 100 yards charged to both teams. Evans going to take the snap, hands it off to Holiday on the left side. He gets great blocking up the field for a nice run on the left end.
Martavius Holiday, he's gonna get positive yardage every time he gets the ball. And he did a quick cut to the left and was met by a number of blockers to help him get the first down.
That was Holiday's 21st carry this season, matching his career high last year. Had 21 carries last year for 142 yards. Once again, Holiday alongside Evans. He's going to get the handoff on the left side. He's going to have to break some tackles and is not going to be able to do that, wrapped up by a couple of sage hands.
The linebackers, Pomona Pitzer, followed Martavius Holiday the entire time and were able to meet him as soon as he got to the line.
So just over 2 minutes remaining in the first. Pomona Pitzer 14, Laverne 7. 2nd and 12 to go from the Pomona Pitzer 33. Evans calling some audibles here at the line. One receiver up top to the left, 3 to the right. A hand up the middle for Hunter, who's going to break some tackles, going to try to go on the left side, and is going to get negative yardage again. It is going to bring up 3rd and long.
Well, that defensive line of Pomona Pitzer plugged up the original hole, and Hunter thought he could cut to the left, but the linebackers were following him the entire time.
3rd and 15 from the Pomona 35. Evans trying to get the Pomona Pitzer defensive line off. A late substitution for Pomona Pitzer. Evans is going to face the pressure up the middle. He's going to have to escape to the left and is going to run out of bounds.
Now, they were trying to go deep on that play, and Evans was back in the pocket way too long, and the player that just ran onto the field kept running.
10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He kept running onto the field. That was Adam Weber.
Decline, 4th down.
Adam Weber substituted onto the field and stayed running. And as soon as the ball was snapped, he just went right in and chased after Josh Evans.
You know, late substitutions just like that. No one on Laverne recognizing it and picking him up. As you mentioned, just waltzing through that offensive line of Laverne right up the middle, and Evans had to be flushed out. So fourth and long for Laverne. Not in field goal range, and not nearly able to punt it from here. So Evans is gonna take a try at the end zone deep, and it's gonna hit the receiver off of the helmet, it looked like. Incomplete pass. It looked like he had him trying to find Pete Nelson.
Wow, bad break. The ball went directly to him, but bounced off his face mask. A member of the Pomona Pitzer secondary able to get his hands in the way of the receiver and then pull it last minute.
And that was Elon Harris, who's leading Pomona Pitzer with 3 interceptions. One of the best players in the secondary in all of SCIAC. Actually, Pomona Pitzer 2 years ago had one of the best secondaries in all of SCIAC, as Kapule is gonna get the quick dump off pass from Ed Saez on first down.
These big body receivers of Laverne are just able to, Pomona Pitzer, excuse me, able to make the grab and just lower that shoulder and run over defenders.
Likely the last play of the first quarter. On second and short, Saez is gonna let it fly, trying to find Otterman. He finds him easily. Otterman able to establish space on the right side.
Otterman is a matchup nightmare. He towers over the secondary, and he's just able to go up there and do what he wants. You may have to use double coverage on him. You may need safety help on those plays.
This is the end of the first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to recognize a special group of Leo fans in attendance today. The stands are members of the University of Laverne class of 1968, celebrating their 50th reunion.
At the end of the first, the score is Pomona Pitzer 14, Laverne 7. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Pomona Pitzer well on their way of trying to convert on their second offensive drive and put up their third touchdown. Of course, they weren't able to try the last time after the kickoff return. Tate Tunsing taking it 96 yards to the house. And it's looking pretty easy here. The last play, Saez to Otterman on the right side. The size advantage, even the speed advantage, and the physicality advantage just eating up the Laverne secondary.
And when you have a player that's that big and is able to go up and get passes like that, it's a quarterback's dream, because the quarterback's going to put it only where his receiver can get it, and that's been the case on 2 deep passes to Otterman.
Saez dropping it off. One of the rare times that Pomona Pitzer traditionally is going to try to run it, to no avail. Joseph Ha with no gain. They've rushed for only 4 yards. Their MO is pass, pass, pass. 101 yards through the air in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Saez drops back, stays in the pocket, is gonna find his receiver on second down. It'll bring up third. Nathan Miles, the freshman wide receiver, getting his second reception of the game.
Big play coming up here for the Laverne defense. Can they stop Pomona Pitzer, prevent them from getting a first down, and force them to make a tough decision whether they're going to kick a field goal or try and go for it?
Coming into the game, Otterman had 6 receptions, on pace to match that today. He's got 3 receptions, all in the first quarter. Otterman, the lone receiver, on the right side. The pass is complete to Win Hunter. There's a flag. Might have been a free play for Pomona Pitzer.
Win Hunter able to run up and turn around really quick, throwing off the secondary and able to make an easy grab. Laverne has given up 293 yards in the air throughout the season.
Another pass over to Miles on the left end, trying to go with a quick receiver screen on the left side, unable to do so. Effectively, it'll bring up second down. Instead of picking up some yardage, they're going to lose 5 yards on the penalty. A repeat first down, 1st and 15 from the Laverne 16. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Pomona Pitzer looking to add on to their 7-point lead.
Now Sias is 9 of 10 for 122 yards thus far in this game.
Sias drops back. He's going to find his receiver on the right side. Complete and tackled out of bounds. That's Connor Loveland, the senior out of Colorado, making his presence.
Just a quick little screen pass. Short yet effective for Pomona Pitzer.
2nd down and 9 to go from the Laverne 10. Trio of receivers to the left side of Sias. One down low to the right. Kapule, the running back. Sias is going to let it go to Otterman in the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Otterman, broken up by Raymond Morones of Laverne.
They blitzed a little bit on that play for Laverne, and Sias found Otterman. Now, if he would have tried and thrown it directly towards Otterman instead of floating it the way he did, Otterman probably would have been able to make the grab, but the ball had some air under it, took some time getting to Otterman, and that was a great job by Laverne preventing him from making the grab in bounds.
One of the rare victories that Raymond Morones has had down there matching up against Otterman. 3rd and 10 for Pomona Pitzer. Sias is going to step up in the pocket, has to escape to the right side, getting flushed out by Austin Brown. He'll have to run out of bounds, bringing up 4th.
Austin Brown is a big factor for that Laverne defense. He needs to be able to get through the offensive line a lot more and put more pressure on Sias, because then we can see some more similar results as we just saw on this play.
Austin Brown tied for 2nd in SCIAC with 3 sacks early on this year. Nearly had one right there, flushing Sias out of the pocket as Winston Lee will come on for the field goal try. Winston Lee drills the field goal to take a 17-7 lead here with 11:45 remaining in the first half. Pomona Pitzer missed 3 field goals last week at Merritt Field. And of course, any one of those would have put them over Redlands. They lost by a score of 15-13.
Well, that can really hurt a team. That can definitely hurt your confidence as a kicker if you can't seal those important kicks.
And Cameron Coe losing the starting job. Winston Lee coming in now, the backup, showing some confidence now, drilling a 25-yarder to give them 3 points, as well as hitting 2-point afters already for Pomona Pitzer.
And being able to hit those kicks in this weather on the road, those are some big factors right there. He's got to be feeling good about himself right now.
Pomona Pitzer to kick off, deep back to receive for Laverne. Marcellus Hunter alongside James Gonzalez. Gonzalez will watch it bounce into the end zone, and Laverne will set up 1st and 10.
Now I'm curious to see what Laverne's going to do coming in on this drive. You're down by 14. No, you're down by 10 against a team that's easily been able to put up points every time it's been on the field. How do you respond?
And we've seen them have some success rushing 70 yards rushing, 38 passing yards. We saw that one time that they went deep to Sagastumi on 3rd and 3. It's successful. If they maybe try going play action just a little bit more, they might find some success.
I wouldn't necessarily say play action. Well,
As they'll hand it off here to the right side. Evans not in at quarterback on this drive. Sam Taylor, the junior quarterback, getting some snaps.
you got to wonder if Josh Evans took a shot on that previous drive that's putting him on the sidelines right now.
You know, and Sam Taylor, more traditional quarterback, stays in the pocket, knows how to sling it with the best of them. Once again, a handoff here to Martavius Holiday up the middle. Offensive line not quite making the holes there on second.
And I think that's a big factor, having a quarterback like Sam Taylor out there, someone that can stand in the pocket and make those quick throws. I feel that with Josh Evans, when he stays in the pocket too long, he feels phantom pressure and he starts rolling out, and that throws off his accuracy.
You mentioned accuracy. Josh Evans, 44% this year completion percentage rating, which is the lowest in his 4-year career at Laverne. Here's trying to find Sagastumi deep on the left end around the Pomona Pitzer 40. Unable to connect Taylor to Sagastumi. Intended for Sagastumi. Coverage was great down the sideline. Levon Lester, the cornerback, making his presence known.
See, I'm not sure about using Sagastumi on those deep routes because of his size. I think he's way more effective when he plays in the slot and he's able to beat those linebackers in those corner slots.
One of those factors right there as Diego Garcia now comes in to punt. Tate Tussing, the always dangerous punt returner. Punt looked like it was hit. It's a short punt by Diego Garcia. Pomona Pitzer is going to start off 1st and 10 from their own 40.
That's huge for Pomona Pitzer. But that punt had a lot of height, just no distance.
I guess that's one way to not allow Tate Tunsing to get his hands on the ball.
It does. But now Pomona Pitzer has some great field position at the Laverne 40.
Only having to go 60 yards to find another score.
That deadly combo of Sias and Otterman retaking the field.
Tate Tunsing, first in SCIAC on returns, averaging 25 yards per return as Sias is going to find Kapule, dumping him off on the right end. Easy for a first down into Laverne territory at their own 45.
Kapule and Otterman are having themselves quite a game thus far. Sias has a number of weapons to utilize on this offense.
And it's a late pickup on the Laverne secondary. Kapule sets up behind the line alongside the quarterback Sias, as we see here to the left side of him. And then he just sneaks up through the offensive line, finds himself empty into the slot, and gets decent gains. Once again, Sias is going to take the snap. He's going to be flushed out to the left side. He's going to take it himself here. A late flag coming in on the opposite side of the field as Sias is going to run out of bounds.
Likely it's a holding call just because of how much time Sias had. But Laverne, they're so focused on the passing game right now that Sias is able to just run off to the left and do what he wants.
10-yard penalty added to the end of the play. Results in a first down.
So you get a play where Sias has nothing to do, picks up maybe 2 yards escaping to the outside, and then you give up a big 20-yard penalty for holding. So now Pomona Pitzer 1st and 10 from the Laverne 28. Trying to extend their 17-7 lead here in the second quarter, 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Otterman, the lefty's going to sling it to the right side, finds his receiver easily, picks up the first down, and everything is going well for this Pomona Pitzer team. Wynn Hunter finding yet another reception.
Well, when Laverne's able to give up big penalties like that, it makes it easy for this offense.
A handoff to Joseph Ha, breaking one tackle and then falling down right after.
That is a bright spot for this defense, is that defensive line able to stop any sort of real running attack up the middle.
It'll bring up 2nd down.
I would like to see the Laverne defense try and mix up some blitzes, try and bring in different members of the secondary to try and throw off Sias.
Sias gonna find Kapule once again, immediately wrapped up. A pair of leopards on the tackle.
Now it's Raymond Morones with that nice wrap up, going down low, hitting him in the legs, able to bring him down easily.
Morones and Carr getting to Kapule. So 3rd and 10 from the Laverne 15. Sias with 2 receivers to his left and 2 to the right. He's gonna throw it to find Otterman. Otterman's gonna slide near the 1st down marker. It's gonna bring up 4th.
So another small victory for the Laverne defense, able to bring Pomona Pitzer to a 4th down. But can they stop them from putting more points on the board? Looks like they're gonna go for it.
On 4th and 1 from the Laverne 6. Ed Sias in at quarterback, looking for his 6th touchdown pass of the season. Currently ranks 4th in SCIAC.
Watch Otterman in the slot.
The pass is thrown incomplete to Win Hunter. So turnover on downs, a big 4th down stop by this Laverne team. Really could have put the hurting on Laverne, putting them down by 3 possessions. But now you keep it a 10-point game. You got to go a long 94 yards to get a score.
Well, you got to be feeling good about yourself. You didn't allow Pomona Pitzer to put up 3 points or even 6. That was a great job by the defense. I was actually looking more towards Otterman. I thought it was going to be a direct pass to him. I didn't expect the pass up the middle to Kapule.
So here's a handoff. Or rather, Taylor's going to take it himself on the left side. The fake handoff to Gonzalez.
So still no Josh Evans, so he might be shaken up or something because we haven't seen him for a couple drives now.
2 straight drives with Sam Taylor. Taylor 0 for 1 passing. Picks up some yardage here. Hands it off here now to the right side. Gonzalez on the carry. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Third down and 1. Ball spotted on the Laverne 15. Verne trailing Pomona Pitzer here. 6 minutes remaining in the first half, 17-7. Taylor gets the handoff, hands it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez breaking through the line and picks up the 1st down. Big 1st down pickup for James Gonzalez, keeping the drive alive on 3rd and short. 1st and 10 now from the Laverne 17.
And this works and this helps out Laverne, being able to establish that running game with a pocket quarterback like Taylor.
Taylor gonna keep it himself on the left side. Tries to spin around the defense. Taylor showing his versatility. Traditionally known as a pocket passer, not really known as one that could go out there and pick it up with his feet, but 2 consecutive times now we've seen him on 1st down run to the left side on the quarterback keep. Picks up 5 this time. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 from the Laverne 22. 2 receivers set, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the handoff to Gonzalez up the middle, still moving on his feet. And instead of going down, the whistles will blow him down. It'll bring up 3rd.
Gonzalez is a strong runner and he's hard to bring down. And the fact that he's a downhill rusher makes it even more difficult to tackle him. It's a 3rd and 3. Big play right here.
They were able to keep it alive on 3rd and 1. with the run to Gonzalez. They scored their touchdown pass, a 33-yard strike on 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 here once again from their own 25-yard line. 2 receivers set, one to the right, one to the left. Handoff to Gonzalez. Defensive line of Pomona Pitzer breaking through and wrapping up Gonzalez.
Now that would have been an appropriate time to do a short pass or play action. Instead, Pomona Pitzer brought everyone and was able to stop the run immediately.
You take a look, Nicholas Del Biagio breaking through the first man there and wrapping up Gonzalez easily. Diego Garcia into punt, his last one, a very high one as you mentioned, Chris, but not very far, only going about 40 yards. So again, this one gets to around the 40. Tate Tunsing's gonna scoop it up and is spotted down at the Pomona Pitzer 42. 1st and 10 for Pomona Pitchers. We take a look at some of the stats of Pomona Pitzer. Ed Saez having a phenomenal game in at quarterback, 13 of 16 for 151 yards through the air. Otterman, the leading receiver, 4 receptions for 77 yards. 2 rushing touchdowns for Pomona Pitzer. Tate Tunsing on the kickoff return. A lot of alums here, current students. The student section here at Ortmeyer as Saez drops back. He's gonna find his freshman receiver, Miles.
Complete to Nathan Miles.
And Miles did a quick cut into the middle and there was no one around him able to make that grab.
All to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Otterman set up top to the left side. Saez drops back, he's gonna have to escape to the left side, is gonna slide down. He's gonna bring up 3rd down.
Otterman, Saez had some options on the play. Could have thrown it to Kapule. Kind of as a check down, decided to haul it in and carry it himself.
3rd and 3. 3rd and 4. Correction.
So 3rd and 4. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Pomona Pitzer already up on top, 17-7, and looking for more from their own 48. Saez gonna drop back, faces the pressure. He's gonna find Kapule. Wrapped up, Morones was there as well as Connor Johnson.
The defense starting to get some momentum going, able to stop Pomona Pitzer from yet another 1st down attempt.
So now 4th down, you got 2.5 minutes remaining. You have all 3 timeouts for Laverne. Have a chance here to add some points here going in to the half.
But they have to do something with it. They need to be able to get some positive yardage, get some 1st downs. They need to get some sort of momentum going to get into the end zone. We haven't seen anything since that passing touchdown from Josh Evans.
Will Troxel into punt. It's going to get blocked, and it's going to boot out of bounds. A very short punt. There was a flag in the back. Laverne players are upset about it.
It looked like a clean block to me.
So we take a look. Troxel gonna get blocked right there. Late hit on. Looked like Raymond Morones coming in.
25, defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they're fortunate though that it was a running into the kicker and not a roughing the kicker.
Elijah Washington getting the fingertips on it, but also his body on his follow-through, falling in, and now bringing up yet another 4th down.
That's the difficult thing about trying to block a punt is you have to kind of move to the side of the punter and hold that arm out in hopes to block it and to not knock over the punter.
So 4th and 1 now from the 49. And Troxel's gonna Hit one very high in the air. Takes a bad bounce if you're Pomona Pitzer. And right around the 25-yard line, Laverne will set up shop.
So now Laverne has some decent field position. It's their chance to be able to come out.
So we take a look at the coronation here at the Founders Hall step. Alexis Patterson and Ryan Hoffman were selected as this year's 2018 Leo Royalty earlier on today. Getting flushed out as we see Evans now. His first trip back is going to find his receiver near the sideline. Officials say the pass was complete. Easy first down pickup. Amir Bishop, the sophomore wide receiver, finds the catch.
Some good patience by Josh Evans, able to roll out of the pocket and find the open receiver. Great job for Amir to be able to beat his defender and keep his toes in bound, too, as he made a very nice grab here on the sideline.
Amir Bishop had a great game last week.
Receiver did not maintain control of the ball going to the ground. Second down.
So we had a late official come in and overrule the sideline official.
Official timeout for an offensive player injury.
As you take a look here, finding Amir Bishop. They said he got it in fair territory, so to speak, but unable to retain possession. As you see the official right there saying the catch is made, overruled by the head official.
That's unfortunate. You have to maintain control of the catch throughout, and you cannot let the ground pop the ball out. That will be an incompletion every time.
So now 2nd and 10 from their own 24. A minute 44 remaining in the half. Josh Evans in at quarterback. Single back formation with Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to fake the handoff. Evans is going to let it fly to Grayson Klein. They're saying he made the catch here. No change of minds this time. The pass was complete. Evans really threw it really high. Grayson Klein had to use all his athletic ability and get that 1 foot in bounds.
Well, the way he was rolling out, he threw it off of his back foot. So rather than getting a direct bullet pass to Klein, he floated that ball way too much.
Evans once again getting flushed out. It's going to turn the corner and pick up another first down.
Josh Evans on the keeper.
Offense getting the ball rolling a bit, getting some momentum going. Can they score a touchdown is the question.
Pick up a first down. Ball on the Laverne 49. 1:28 left in the first half.
So now from the Laverne 49, they're going to say 2nd and 1 to go. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Evans showing the mobility now. Handoff to Martavius Holiday up the middle, trying to split the right guard and right tackle, pushing the line forward. Easily picks up the first down, moving the chains. A minute 19 remaining in the first half.
Great leg strength by Martavius Holiday. He's going to bring everyone with him on that play.
Martavius Holiday now with 32 yards rushing today. Evans steps up, hurls it deep down, incomplete. And a late flag.
Pass intended for Pete Nelson.
Pete Nelson, the intended receiver on the right side in triple coverage. A late flag, a lot of Pomona Pitzer coaches getting upset as you see Evans scrambling back, steps up and throws it.
Number 5, defense.
They were running stride with each other. I'm surprised the refs threw the flag for pass interference because it looked like Nelson's feet got tangled up in the defenders. So
that's exactly what it looked like to me. Elon Harris, one of the best secondaries in all of SCIAC, getting penalized there. 1st and 10 now from the Pomona Pitzer 32. A minute and 8 seconds remaining in the half. Evans gonna step up, escape, blindside, almost got him, and is gonna escape out of bounds. Picks up around 6 yards.
Oh, wow. I got to give a shout out there to Trevor Goulet, the left tackle. because he drilled that linebacker that was coming directly for Josh Evans on his blind side. That would have ruined Josh Evans' day had he got hit there. But Goulet just laid the helmet down on that linebacker.
We might have been seeing Sam Taylor the rest of the night because Nicholas Del Biagio was coming in right after. Here's Marcellus Hunter getting yanked by the jersey. He has himself a first down, getting whistled down right around the Pomona Pitzer 15. Another late penalty flag coming in.
Washington showing off a bit of that athleticism, hurdling over a tackling defender and then doing a quick spin move before being brought down. Great effort.
This will be the 17th penalty of the game with 51 seconds remaining in the first half.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 54, offense, pulling a player off the pile after the ball was dead. 15-yard penalty. The down counts. It will be first down. Timeout, Laverne.
Well,
their first charge timeout of the half.
Well, I just gave Goulet some props there for a very nice block, and he came back with a penalty.
Yeah, one that hurts you, Chris. You had the first down pickup. They're going to count the down. You're going to look now at second down. You lose that first down that you initially had 15 yards back. You're now put at your 30 rather than the 15, forcing Laverne to call their first charge timeout and regather their strategy now. 30 yards out with 51 seconds remaining.
And that's just unnecessary. The play's over. You don't need to put your hands on anyone else. Just get up. Everyone else is going to get up off the pile. When you do something like that, you're hurting your team. This has been the story of Laverne's season thus far. Penalties, penalties, penalties. They need to check themselves and become more disciplined. Otherwise, it's going to be a long season for them.
51 seconds remaining in the first half. First and 10 for Laverne from their Pomona Pitzer 30. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Evans with the quick dump-off pass to Gonzalez, picking up 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
This quick little dump off. The linebackers are right there waiting for it.
Charge timeout of the half.
So now using their second timeout. 42 seconds remaining.
You got 42 seconds. That's still an eternity in football, especially with one timeout left. This is an opportunity for them to try and use the middle of that field. Don't go for the end zone because those corners are too big for that. They're going to stop that pass. Do something in the middle. Use Nate Sagastumi in the slot. Get him to get a quick pass. He has the agility where he can gain positive yardage with his feet.
Evans having a decent game passing. 5 of 7 for 57 yards with a touchdown pass, a 33-yard strike on his first attempt, finding Nate Sagastumi. Score 17-7 Pomona Pitzer. 42 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Laverne, 2nd and 7 from the Pomona Pitzer 27. 2 receivers to the left and to the right. Evans is going to drop back, escape to the right. A pair of flags are flying. Evans is going to run out of bounds.
That might be on Goulet again. Members of Pomona Pitzer are already pointing towards Laverne.
10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I called it.
It's right there. Another holding in what likely would have been a first down pickup for Evans, and stopping the clock by checking out of bounds. Now you have 34 seconds. 2nd and 17.
It's just mind-blowing. The play wasn't even going in that direction, and a holding call.
Evans is going to drop back. It's going to be flushed out of the pocket now. They wanted a flag for holding on the sideline of Pomona Pitzer. Running out of bounds is Evans, bringing up 3rd and 15.
And that's the problem with rolling out of the pocket on such deep throws because the line isn't expecting it. So when Josh Evans rolls out, the defensive linemen are rolling to that same direction, and it turns into an easy holding call. Evans already starting to feel phantom pressure back there. He needs to stick into the pocket to make an accurate throw.
Losing 3 yards on the rush, 3rd and 20. Evans around midfield is going to be flushed out again, throwing near the sideline, finding his receiver, Grayson Klein. Out of bounds, will bring up 4th and 12.
Now, do you take a shot for the end zone, or do you attempt a field goal right here?
For Diego Garcia, a very hard field goal try at this point. Looks like they're going to leave Evans on, 17 seconds only, and try to get maybe a first down at least, and then call a timeout and rethink some things.
That's what they're going to have to do. But Evans has to stay patient back there and let his receivers get to the sidelines.
Laverne, their 3rd and final charge timeout.
And now they call a timeout, so that's not even an option.
You didn't really need to call a timeout right there. You had the clock stopped. The only thing that was going down was the play clock. You still had 25 seconds, but guess they want to call up something here and hope to get to the end zone now, or at least run something towards the sidelines.
This is why penalties kill. They were up a lot farther.
Honor Laverne student athletes
I mean,
in this year's homecoming court.
it's just,
Coming up shortly.
it's frustrating if you're on the Laverne sideline knowing that you could be a lot farther into Pomona Pitzer's red zone than what you currently are.
In Corny's corner is
And they're
wide open.
averaging 12 penalties per game, 97 yards, penalty yardage given up per game. They're on pace to eclipse that easily today. They've been penalized 10 times for 69 yards. As the student section here at Laverne trying to get something to cheer about here late in the first half. 17 seconds remaining, 4th and 13 from the Pomona Pitzer 33. Evans takes the snap, is going to hurl it deep to the right side. Incomplete to Grayson Klein.
It's intended for Klein, incomplete.
No flags, and Pomona Pitzer will take over on downs.
I would not have taken a deep shot to the end zone. I would have tried to get the first down first. Use those sidelines, get an extra set of 4 downs, and then make your shots at the end zone.
11 seconds for Pomona Pitzer now.
The way they're going, they may just take a knee and take it into halftime.
It looks exactly like they will do just that as Saez takes the snap, drops to the knee.
Diaz takes the knee.
Laverne can't stop the clock, nor would they want to.
Pomona Pitzer 17.
Clock will run out here at halftime.
This is the end of the first half.
At the end of the first half, the score is Pomona Pitzer 17, Laverne 7. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
After he scrambles, he'll just land out on the side.
So take a look at the first half stats. Pomona Pitzer, a total of 181 yards. Laverne actually beating them with 184 yards of their own.
Well, a lot of that is also credited to that punt return for a touchdown for Laverne. That kickoff return for a touchdown, those yards didn't really count towards Pomona Pitzer's offense.
Yeah, and you take a look, Laverne doing things on the ground, 120 yards rushing, only 64 passing yards. As Pomona Pitzer has 10 rushing yards, 171 passing yards, 152 by Ed Saez, 15 for 18. How great has he been?
He has had himself a game, and it helps when you have a receiver / quarterback like Carter Otterman, who's four receptions for 77 yards along of 28. He has yet to find the end zone, but he has put his team in position to score a touchdown every time he's caught the ball.
Almost like a triple threat when you think about Carter Otterman. We see him at the top in rushing, we see him at the top in passing, and we even see him at the top in receiving for teams. for Pomona Pitzer. We're seeing him here leading with rushing for 16 yards, leading with receiving for 77 yards, and he's also thrown one pass, completed it for 19 yards himself.
And it's not only been him, it's also been Win Hunter, 3 receptions for 45 yards. Nick Capule, 5 receptions for 26 yards. Nathan Miles with 3 receptions for 17 yards. Edward Size has had a number of options to throw the ball. He's had a number of different weapons, and that's what has really helped Pomona Pitzer with this lead.
As we take a look at the Laverne side of things, Evans 6 of 9 for 64 yards, a touchdown pass, 33-yard strike to Sagastume. What have you seen from Evans?
Evans has had some great opportunities. He's been playing well. I would like to see him sit in the pocket more, set his feet, throw the ball downfield. I'd like to see some passes down the middle. I would like to see him bring out that Wildcat package that I've seen them utilize in the last couple weeks, because that is giving them success, and that really throws off the other defenses.
And they've had success running the ball already traditionally with 120 yards. Give it to Gonzalez or Holiday or Hunter. Gonzalez 7 carries for 38 yards. Holiday 8 carries for 34 yards. Hunter 5 carries for 26. What have you seen from the triple-headed monster backs?
They've been able to get some positive yardage. They haven't had any huge breakthrough plays yet, and that's why I'm saying that Wildcat formation that they use. Gonzalez thrives off of that. He's able to gain at least 10 yards per rush in that package. So you may see that sort of adjustment. They've used it the last 2 weeks. They may bring it out in this game to try and put some points on the board.
To take a look at the penalties, Pomona Pitzer has been penalized themselves as well. Maybe only one of the reasons why they've only scored 17 points. They've been penalized 8 times for 65 yards. Laverne, of course, we've been talking about it, 10 penalties for 69 yards. As we will now send it to the PA announcer, Bob Dyer, for the halftime ceremonies.
Next, representing track and field are Catalina Lee Kim, Kyle Ambat, Joshua Francis, and Ebony Turner. Catalina and Kyle both qualified for the NCAA D3 championships last year, and the 4 of them, along with teammates TJ Randall, Jade Griffin, and Anthony Hamilton, earned all West region honors. One more time, let's hear it for Catalina, Kyle, Ebony, and Joshua. Up next, representing women's water polo, is Jasmine Bustamante. Jasmine, along with teammates Jasmine Kesman and Shelby Garcia, earned All-American honors for the Leopards last season. Congratulations, Jasmine. Next, representing women's soccer, is Elena Cobian and Jessica Hernandez. The pair both earned United Soccer Coaches All-Region honors after leading the Leopards to one of their best seasons in recent hit memory. Let's hear it for Elena and Jessica. Would also like to recognize men's water polo player Ray Julian Castillo and volleyball player Marissa Rojo, who both earned All-American honors last season but could not be in attendance today. Finally, we'd like to recognize the Leopards' 2 SCIAC championship teams from last season. First up, the Laverne softball team. The Leopards finished the season with a 21-7 conference record on the way to winning their 3rd straight SCIAC regular season title. Let's hear it one more time for your 2018 SCIAC champions, Leopards softball team. Finally, we'd like to recognize the Laverne baseball team. The Leopards finished with a 19-5 conference record on their way to winning the 2018 SCIAC regular season championship, the 21st conference title in team history. The Leopards were led by all West Region selections, Jacob Thomas, Nick Michaels, Adam Santa Cruz, and Chris Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 SCIAC champions, Laverne baseball team. And let's hear it once more for all of our stellar athletes. I think we can do better than that. Let's hear it once more for all of our stellar athletes.
So you take a look, a lot of the athletes here at Laverne getting applauded by the crowd for their work that they've done in recent years. The last two teams being mentioned, the baseball team and the softball team, both winning their SCIAC division and going into the postseason. Unfortunately, neither of them unable to win that postseason tournament, but they both have a lot of core pieces coming back to next year as well. A lot of things have been happening as far as athletics has gone. 8 games already played by Laverne yesterday and today. All of them have won. Water polo is currently playing up against Navy, and so that's going to be a tough one as well as we get ready to see the Laverne dance team perform here at halftime.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula, I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving wrong, I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Virgo, Ferrari.
Yeah, me and my Will pull up the AOD back to back.
I tell all my cut the check, bust it down, turn your goofy dog, pow. I'ma do splits on it, yeah, splits on it. I'm a bad bitch, I'ma throw fits on it. I'ma bust it open, I'ma go stupid and be a fits on it. I don't date honey, cookie on tsunami. All my niggas wife me once they get that good. I think he need the bunny, I might just let him find me. Never trust a big butt, and a smile worth the Ronnie. God! Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin'. Give me a little something to remember. Tryna make love in a sprinter. Quit you droppin' like Kimber. Looking like a right swipe on Tinder. Shit on these hoes. Let up my wrist on these hoes. Now I look down on these.
Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Back to them. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yup, the queen's back, what's happening? Rerun, bout to make these rap again. Diamond chains on my ankle. Young money in the cut like a shank doll. Tail tip, rubber bands on my bankroll. Show my like a stank.
Bank, big bank, tight, low bank, bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Laverne dance team. Thank you, ladies.
It's a cool 67 degrees here at halftime in Laverne, California. Score 17-7. Pomona Pitzer as more from Laverne cheer team.
The best I ever been, and yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now you're out here looking like regret. Ain't too proud to beg, second chance you'll never get. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now payback is bad shit, and baby, I'm the baddest. Stop playing with a savage. Can't have this, can't have this. And it'd be nice of me to take it easy on ya, but nah. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Being so bad got me feeling so good. Showing you up like I know that I would. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Feeling inspired 'cause the tables have turned. Yeah, I'm on fire and I know that it burns. Baby, fineness is the way to kill. Tell me how I feel, but it's such a bitter pill. And
The University of Laverne cheer squad. Thank you, ladies.
So we give you give you a scoring recap of the game. It all began on the first drive for Pomona Pitzer. Cotter Otterman capped it off with a 2-yard rush, a 74-yard drive at 9:30 to go in the first quarter to put Pomona up 7-0. Laverne would answer back a 33-yard pass from Josh Evans to Nathan Sagastumi to even up the game at 7-7. Tate Tunsing would take a 96-yard kickoff return to make it 14-7. Winston Lee, 26-yard field goal is good. 17-7, Pomona Pitzer over Laverne at halftime.
I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive.
Sentía que la escuela no era para mí.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
Sentí como que si quiero cambiar el mundo, tengo que cambiar a mí primero.
I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Mi consejera, ella fue lo máximo para mí porque me ayudó mucho con todo.
I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Yeah, it's hard, but keep on going and keep on trying.
The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today?
Let's do those pearly whites, man.
Yeah. Boys, check it out. Stand up, do my terrorists, don't compare us. Go.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to try?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and practice an escape plan for you and your loved ones, because fire is everyone's fight.
Chef Patty here. Why should you include avocados as part of your family's balanced diet? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Number 1. Avocados fill you up. Avocados contain unsaturated fats, good fats your body needs to help with the absorption of key nutrients.
Me hungry right now.
Number 2.
Avocados are good for you.
Avocados are naturally cholesterol and sodium free, plus they contain nearly 20 vitamins and nutrients.
Me need vitamins and nutrients, and number 3, avocado delicious.
Try avocados in place of ingredients higher in saturated fat. Avocados taste great in sandwiches, salads, and even in baked goods like cookies.
Avocado cookies? This match made in heaven.
Dad, we need to talk. If you're not going to listen to me, who will you listen to? Jeff.
Is that Marsha Gay Harden?
I
think so. You're getting older.
Not that old.
Your brain is changing. It's natural.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, honey, I've got experience with this. Jeffrey, brain health is all about making the most of your brain as you age and helping you stay on top of your game.
Really?
Oh! Where did she go?
But all I'm saying
I'm
is...
not talking about this anymore.
Lisa, there are things you can do to help you stay sharp and reduce the risk to your brain. Trust me, it's worth it.
Oh, so you talked to her about this, but not me.
Learn what you can do to help keep your brain healthy at brainhealth.gov.
Half of the 2018 homecoming game is just underway. Laverne started off by kicking to Pomona Pitzer in the first half, so they will receive here in the second half just to get a look at how close the contest between Pomona Pitzer and Laverne have been. The last 10 meetings, Laverne has won 5, Pomona Pitzer has won 5. On average, Pomona Pitzer is averaging 28 points a game, and Laverne is averaging 32 points per game. In fact, Chris, the last time Pomona Pitzer and Laverne met on homecoming here at Ortmeyer was in 2010, with Pomona Pitzer playing spoiler and winning 28-26 in triple overtime.
Wow, I can't tell you exactly where I was in 2010. Wasn't here, but yeah, these two teams like to come out and battle each other hard. You and I were at the game last year where it came down to the final play of the game pretty much.
28-20 was the final score of that one. Laverne was on the cusp of getting into the end zone there at Merritt Field. Pomona Pitzer has won the last 2 contests, 28-21 last year, and in 2016 they picked up a victory 21-20. So here are the beginning of the second half. Laverne will set up 1st and 10 from their own 25. A quick snap to Gonzalez on the right side. A first down carry for Gonzalez.
They're bringing out the Wildcat formation, as I mentioned during halftime.
We've seen it work well against Puget Sound, last week against CMS.
And they're doing it, it's a unique style of play where it's usually a direct snap to the running back, but you also have Josh Evans lining up at quarter as a wide receiver.
So here's a low snap. Gonzalez had to scoop it up. Still gets a big carry right there on second down to bring up 3rd.
This is a defensive nightmare when trying to guard this package, because you don't know who the snap is going to, and then you don't know, Josh Evans might sneak back under center. It can be utilized in so many different ways. So far this season, I've only seen the direct snap. But Coach Creek is probably digging into that bag of tricks to want to pull something spectacular off, especially here at homecoming.
3rd and 5 from their own 30. Now Evans will take the snap himself, hands it off to Gonzalez on the right side. Gonzalez getting a big push and leaping over a Pomona Pitzer Sagen. Good enough for a first down. He leaped over Elon Harris
Up the first down.
for the first down.
Now see, that time we had Josh Evans line up in his normal spot at shotgun to hand it off to Gonzalez. Great effort, great athleticism by Gonzalez, risking it all, jumping up there.
So 1st and 10 now from the Laverne 39. A screen play to Sagastumi on the left side. Sagastumi now is going to run all the way to the right side, picks up a big block on the right end and getting forced out of bounds. A late flag there in the back.
This is why you need to do short passes to Sagastumi. He is small and quick, very versatile, where he can make his way through any tackle. We just saw there, working his way complete opposite way in the field.
Offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
But when penalties like that occur, it makes it very difficult for this offense to maintain any sort of momentum.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Chris, on those short plays to Sagastumi. One of those players that you talk about yards after catch. It doesn't matter where you're catching it. If it's 3 yards out from the scrimmage, you could pick up 18, 10 yards consistently after catching it on those short pickups. Penalty sets them back a little bit here. Here's another screen to Sagastumi, once again showing off the spin move, and now working his sidestep to pick up some sort of decent yardage.
But you need to utilize Sagastumi in other ways. When you do a screen pass every pass play, that defense is just going to attack every time. Use him in the slot. Use a quick slant. Use a curl route, something to get him out there into the open space to be able to dodge these tacklers. That previous screenplay when he worked to the opposite side of the field, that's 50 yards he covered. He needs to be able to do that vertically now.
So again, here's a run now to Marcellus Hunter, breaking one tackle with the stiff arm, staying in bounds, and finally getting muscled out of bounds.
Marcellus Hunter, the ball carrier.
Now at 3rd and long, they need to try something. This, I know it's still, I believe it's week 5 for Laverne. This is still pretty much their season right here. They need to get something going. They need to put points on the board. They need to come away with a W tonight. It comes down to a drive like this, a play like this on a 3rd and long. When you got a red-hot Pomona Pitzer offense waiting to retake the field.
3rd and 12 from their own 37. Evans, the quarterback, takes the snap, is going to dump it off to his tight end. A short pickup there. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That is literally the first time all season I have seen Laverne utilize their tight ends in that manner.
That's the junior tight end, Bradley Bretzing. It's going to bring up 4th down. So the thoughts and hopes of a second half opening drive score for Laverne are spoiled. Diego Garcia, the punter, will come in to punt. Deep back to receive for Pomona Pitzer is Tate Tunsing. The punt's up, it's a good one. Gonna take a Laverne bounce into the 20 and right around the 20-yard line. Pomona Pitzer will set up 1st and 10.
And on that previous play for Laverne, I like the idea, I like the passing idea, but try and get your receivers to the 1st down marker to throw it.
So 1st and 10 from Pomona's own 20-yard line. They have a 17-7 lead. That score sounds very familiar for Laverne faithful. In homecoming games last year, they lost 17-7 against CMS. Trying to get back on the winning side of things here in the 2018 homecoming game. Ed Saez going to drop back and let it fly deep to his receiver. Win Hunter, unable to grab it. Just overshot Hunter. He had him wide open right there from their own 40.
They're playing zone coverage right there on that play. Morones was shadowing Otterman, peeled off, and then followed the receiver.
And that might help them cover on those deep routes, but when they drop it off to Kapule or to Joseph Ha, who escaped from the running back position into that empty field, that's where the zone gets eaten up.
And they need to be creative with what they're doing, Billy. They need to try and use some blitzes, bring in some of those linebackers, try and throw Saez off of his game.
A 4-man rush. Bloomfield nearly got to Saez. Saez is just going to let it go out of bounds.
Now that was great work by the defensive line of Laverne. Now if they can get pressure like that consistently, it's going to be a long second half for Pomona Pitzer. But you gotta get back there quick. If you give Saez enough time, he will find the open receiver.
3rd and 10 for Pomona Pitzer. 2 incompletions to start their second half drive. 11:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pomona Pitzer 17, Laverne 7. Saez, the senior quarterback, takes the snap, is gonna run out to his right. Facing pressure, there's Bloomfield again. Hit as he throws, out of bounds and incomplete.
Great job by the Laverne defensive line, putting that pressure on Saez every play of this drive.
The junior Bloomfield was the first one there, and then Connor Johnson came in, laid the hit on Saez as he was throwing. So a quick 3 and out. 3 passing plays, 3 incompletions, as you see Connor Johnson, number 4, hitting Saez as he's letting go of the ball out of bounds. So 3 incomplete passes to start the Pomona Pitzer Sagehens opening drive in the 3rd. And Laverne will get the ball back. A booming punt by Will Troxel. Laverne will set up right around their own 35.
All right, so Laverne came out this previous drive, came out running the Wildcat, avoided it about 3 plays in after gaining some great yards, then started going with the short pass game, which started to work out well, but they were thrown off with a holding penalty. They need to come out, they need to limit penalties, they need to gain positive yardage every time. They need to do what they can, take it slow, don't do anything too risky, and just try to get a touchdown. Make this a one-score game.
Yeah, and the benefit of only being down 10 is you don't have to rush it. Like you said, take your time, put up some points, and stay within 10 at least. Is there a handoff right here to Martavius Holiday? Breaks a couple of tackles and is going to be short of reaching the 50-yard line. There was a flag immediately in the backfield. At the moment, unless the penalty's on Laverne, it'll be a first down for Laverne right around their own 48.
That was a great run.
5 in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Just another unnecessary error.
So 1st and 15 for Laverne, now from their own 30. They set up, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A handoff to the left side, trying to sneak in between the left guard and left tackle. And picking up a very short pickup was Martavius Holiday.
And see, that's been the story of the game. They get a great play, then they get penalized, and then that just kills the rest of the momentum throughout the drive.
Trying to go quickly here now, 2nd and 11. Martavius Holiday in the backfield alongside Sam Taylor in at quarterback now. Hands it off to Holiday on the right side, trying to sneak across the right tackle. Another small pickup and a late flag here. A lot of extracurricular activity. Head official.
Didn't exactly see the extracurricular activity. However,
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 24, offense. 15-yard penalty. The previous down. Third down.
You know, Billy, it's frustrating. I know the fans are frustrated. I know the players are frustrated right now, and it's because of these penalties. At the end of the CMS game last week, there were players yelling at each other, trying to get themselves to realize, hey, we're messing up. We're trying to do what we can, but the extra stuff is killing us.
And now you're looking at 3rd and very long to try to keep this drive alive. Taylor is going to stay in the pocket, let it fly, hit as he threw. Nearly picked off by the secondary of Pomona Pitzer. That was Peter Troop, the defensive back senior, getting his hands on it. So now 4th and long. Diego Garcia trots onto the field for Laverne. Tate Tussing right around midfield to receive the punt. 17-7, Pomona Pitzer over Laverne. 9:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Garcia, a booming punt. Tussing, the fair catch from his own 47-yard line. And Pomona Pitzer now will try to do things a little bit better this time. Their first drive in the second half, 3 incomplete passes and a quick 3-and-out.
Well, the Laverne defensive line got a lot of credit on that previous drive. Every snap was immediate pressure on Sias, and that's exactly what they need to do. Try and create that pressure immediately, because then that doesn't allow Sias to stay in the pocket. He has to look around. He has to make a quick decision. Otherwise, he's going to get sacked.
Yeah, Chris, and it wasn't like they were trying to blitz. It was just a normal 4-man rush as they're going with right here. Again, now forcing Kapule to step up. It was a direct snap to Kapule. The ball's loose. Laverne looks to have it. And the referees signal Laverne ball. Waking up the crowd here at Ortmeyer Stadium. The defense now, Chris, as we mentioned, Putting pressure up on Ed Saez the last time. 3 incompletions now immediately. A big drive by Kapule.
But you got to do something with it, Billy. That's the thing. You can make any big play on defense, but if the offense can't get into the end zone, you create, it's all for nothing.
You see the late hit on Kapule before he was down. Now here offensively, Laverne trying to get things going on the ground. Gonzalez, a nice pickup on first. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
That's just what they need to do. Laverne is a short yardage team. They can't be deep in the to-go part of the down. Otherwise, they're not built like that.
Taylor with the play action pass up the middle, finding Grayson Klein, who loses the ball himself, and Pomona Pitzer looks to have it recovered.
I believe Grayson Klein was down. He hit the ground first. I saw a knee down and then the ball pop out. See, there's a throw. Nice grab by Klein. And oh, the ball just popped out the last second. That hurts. You get something going, but you got to hold on to the ball. And the Laverne offense hurts themselves yet again.
That was Peter LaBarbera knocking the ball loose, not giving up on the play. It was a great play action pass, a beautiful throw, just a tad high. Grayson Klein having to stretch out and make the grab, and that's putting him in a vulnerable position, not able to bring the ball in and corral it after having to jump up really high and grabbing the pass from Taylor, and LaBarbera able to poke the ball loose. So back-to-back turnovers, and now Saez and Pomona Pitzer look to get things going. A little pass here to Joseph Ha, wrapped up immediately by Morones. No gain on the play.
Great job by Laverne defense, pressing in, not biting on anything too bad, and able to read the quick check down pass.
Well, early in the first half, we saw the offense putting on shows from both sides. Now early on in the second half, the defense getting things going. Still Pomona Pitzer having a 17-7 lead. Ed Saez gonna look left, throw left immediately, finding Miles, the freshman wide receiver, and is gonna be just short of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Big 3rd down play coming up here for this Laverne defense. They may have to press in deep, use 2 guys to cover Otterman, do something to stop Pomona Pitzer from converting this down.
And that time right there, Ed Saez quickly, as soon as the snap was there, maybe 3 steps, drop back and let it fly to Miles on the left side. Not allowing the defensive line of Laverne to pressure him.
This is where a quick blitz will be very handy.
3rd and 2, a quick pass. Hit as he threw. Picking up the first down to Otterman.
Morones played too far off the receiver on that play. You can't do that when you're at that short of a down. You need to press him, put hands on him, prevent him from being able to get past you, and then that forces Saez to hold on to the ball a little bit longer.
For Morones, though, he's been beat off the ground by Otterman all game long, giving a little bit more space than normal, and that's why Otterman able to run a quick back route. Saez is going to drop back, face pressure, finds Haas somehow, and immediately tackled. Small gain of about 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Saez took a shot on that play. That woke him up. But back to covering Otterman. You can press him easily and then just use safety help. He's a big guy, but if you put 2 guys on him, he'll be ineffective. And then just the rest of this defense more than capable of stopping every other receiver on that team.
Verne Band trying to get the crowd back into it here. 2nd and 7, 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pomona Pitzer with a 10-point lead. Saez drops back, finds Ha, incomplete. Joseph Ha was looking. Connor Johnson, who has been delivering some pretty good hits on tackles. Ha was looking for Johnson and the contact before corralling the ball, and a quick incomplete pass is going to bring up 3rd and 7.
That was a great job by Connor Johnson in his zone. Sees Ha wander in there and lays the hit on him, perfectly timed as the ball got to Ha to create the incompletion.
3rd and 7 from the Pomona Pitzer 42. 6:04 remaining in the third quarter. Saez drops back, faces pressure up the middle, is going to have to let it go near the sideline. Incomplete. Once again, the 4-man rush of Laverne, able to penetrate that offensive line and get to Saez.
I got to give Morones credit on that play because he put hands on Otterman that time, and he made it tough for Otterman. He stayed in his face the entire time, and that took away Edward Saez's #1 target in this game. Great job by the Laverne defense all around.
In steps Will Troxel to punt the ball for Pomona Pitzer. Deep back to receive for Laverne is Sagastumi. Once again, there was contact as Troxel falls. The flag is thrown.
And that one, they may or may not get him for roughing the kicker on that one because they went directly at the punter on that attempt. But if it's roughing the punter, you just gave Pomona Pitzer another first down.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Number 25.
And there it is.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's just discipline. It's just football IQ. Don't go directly at the punter at that speed because you're not going to be able to stop yourself in time. Run off to the side and hold your arms out, make it more difficult. Now you just gave Pomona Pitzer a free first down, moved them up the field into your territory, and you just continue to add fuel to their momentum.
Fresh life here on their second drive still. Saez and company looking to tack on more. We've been at 17-7 for quite some time. Saez gonna look left, throw left, finding Kapule, and immediately wrapped up by Preston Carr. Bring up 2nd and 9.
Preston Carr, great job wrapping up and throwing down Kapule. That's how you got to tackle these guys. You got to wrap them up appropriately, down low. But from my view, it's been fun watching Otterman and Morones go at it toe-to-toe near the sidelines.
2nd and 9, Saez drops back, lets it go to Otterman. Incomplete.
That time they moved Otterman to the opposite side of the field, away from Morones to try and get him open. Just an overthrown pass by Edward Saez.
3rd and 9. The previous 3rd downs, Laverne has sent pressure, and it has gotten to Ed Saez. Coming into the second half, Saez only incomplete on 2 passes. He has now had thrown 8 incomplete passes. Gonna step up and throw it deep, trying to find Win Hunter. He breaks the tackle and is gonna take it all the way in for a touchdown. Saez to Hunter, and Pomona Pitzer puts up a score here late in the 3rd.
Wow, what a play, what a pass by Saez, what a grab by Hunter. On this play, there were 3 wide receivers to the right. There was a lot going on. It looked like a little quick pick play that freed up Hunter on the sidelines to get the grab, and then it was just power and skill the entire way to the end zone. And this is what happens when penalties come into play, Billy. They hurt.
And that touchdown to Hunter, as the point after is converted, making it 24-7. The touchdown to Hunter is Hunter's 4th receiving touchdown pass, moving him into 2nd place in SCIAC.
And that Laverne defense, they have to be kicking themselves right now. You had them stopped, and then another unnecessary penalty brought life to the Pomona Pitzer offense. And now the Laverne offense comes onto the field, down by 17.
4:53 remaining in the third quarter. Pomona Pitzer now with a little bit more breathing room with a 24-7 lead here at Ortmeyer Stadium.
Red, kicking off.
Trying to defeat Laverne for a third consecutive year. Deep back to receive. Gonzalez is going to watch it sail out of bounds.
Now, what I'd like to see from the Laverne offense on this drive is similar to what they did on that fumble from Grayson Klein. Throw to your receivers in the middle of the field. Klein was wide open. I don't think Pomona Pitzer has a capability of stopping them in the middle of the field. They just need to run some quick routes right there, try and tire out the secondary, and then open up the running game once again.
Josh Evans comes in at quarterback. Two receivers stacked up to the right. The lone receiver, Grayson Klein, to the left. Handoff to the left side to Gonzalez, immediately tackled. Bringing up 2nd and 9.
Quick handoff to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez ran right into all the traffic for no gain.
From their own 36, 2nd and 9 for Laverne. Trio of receivers to the left, as this one's going to be handed off to Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
Near the first down marker, it'll bring up 3rd and short.
They're running a lot to the weak side, to this left side.
Third and 4 for Laverne. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Laverne desperately needing to keep this drive alive and keep pace with Pomona Pitzer. A misdirection handoff to the left side. It'll bring up 4th down. Gonzalez not able to get to the marker.
I kind of question that call right there. You have receivers on the far side of the field. One-on-one coverage. It would have been a great opportunity to take a shot, a quick pass.
Yeah, completely neglecting the right side.
Every play on that drive was on the narrow side of the field, on that far hash mark.
So Garcia now punts one. Deep to receive is Tunsing, who muffs the punt. And luckily for Pomona Pitzer, they are able to still recover it. Tate Tussing, one of the most sure-handed punt returners in SCIAC, had it bounce off his chest. There was a trio of Laverne players right there ready to pounce on it, but a little too aggressive, and one of the Pomona Pitzer players able to sneak in there and grab it.
Tussing had to have taken his eyes off the ball, was already planning on where he was going, already found his lane to take control. Unfortunately, you need to keep your eyes on the ball at all times when you're returning a punt. Very fortunate for Pomona Pitzer that was not a turnover.
So once again, now we have Otterman taking the snap to the left side. No gain. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Good job by the Laverne defense. Seeing that Otterman was at quarterback, and when he gets the ball, traditionally he's gonna run it. And they were able to bring everyone in on that play.
Yeah, you almost got to treat Otterman when he's at quarterback as a wildcat formation. Even though they don't necessarily set up like that, you know he wants to run the ball.
And what's interesting is because of his height and everything, you would expect him to be more of a pocket passer in this sort of game.
So here's Saez, the right-handed quarterback, is going to throw incomplete behind the intended receiver, Miles.
Just a mistimed throw, threw it behind Miles. Miles unable to turn his body quick enough to grab the ball. That might have been credited to the pressure given by the Laverne defensive line.
Quickly now, it'll bring up 3rd down from the Pomona Pitzer 24-yard line as we take a look. Ed Saez had him right there, just threw behind him. Connor Johnson, of course, on the coverage. 2:06 remaining in the 3rd. Pomona Pitzer with the 24-7 lead. Ed Saez with an empty backfield. 2 receivers to the left and 3 to the right. Saez drops back, takes the 4-man rush, is going to find Wynn Hunter, who breaks a few tackles, passes midfield, and is finally tackled around the 43-yard line of Laverne.
You got to press these receivers. You got to make them fight for their space. On that play, Hunter beat the slot corner. The slot corner could not turn around in time, and Hunter was wide open after that, finding space in between the safeties.
Quick wide receiver screen to the left to Miles, picks up a good screen. Good pickup on 1st down, and good enough for a 1st down. So 1st and 10, they move the chains effectively and quickly. Now from the Laverne 33. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Joseph Ha, the running back, will take it and is unable to move forward, wrapped up at the legs by Mikey Bloomfield.
Great job by the defensive line, yet again, able to seal the hole up and make a nice wrap up at the legs of Ha.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 8. Both teams looking to snap losing streaks. Pomona Pitzer on a little 2-game skid. Laverne on a 3-game skid. Ed Saez drops back, is going to throw to the right side, finds his receiver for a 1st down.
They're playing too far off of those receivers and able to give them the opportunity to gain speed and make that first quick move, as we just saw on that pass play.
Will Radice, the first time we see him get his name inserted into the score sheet. First and 10 from the Laverne 10.
Now here, it's important to stay up close on those receivers, especially in the red zone, because it's a much smaller area for the offense to go.
Saez quickly looking to the right side, nearly picked off. Morones trying to shoot the slot, knew it was going to go to Hunter, unable to corral it.
Morones, great job identifying where that ball was going and trying to beat the receiver there.
24-7, Pomona Pitzer leading Laverne. 13 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10 from the Laverne 10. A trio of receivers to the left. 1 lone receiver is Radice to the right side. The pass is going to be thrown and batted down by the Laverne secondary.
Otterman one-on-one with the corner. I was watching that matchup from where I'm standing the entire time. A quick slant inside, but it was well defended. I was assuming that they would have gone for a quick corner route to the back end of the end zone.
Take a look at the replay.
The defense watched Saez's eyes the entire time. His head turned immediately to Otterman as soon as the ball was snapped. But that is a matchup right there, that one-on-one matchup on the far left side where Otterman is at.
3rd and 10 from the Laverne 10. Hit as he throws in the end zone. Nearly caught. Incomplete.
That was a creative play by Pomona Pitzer. They brought Otterman all the way across the field, allowing the secondary to cheat up on him, opening up that other receiver in the back end of the end zone who was unable to bring it in. Just dropping it. That was a wide open grab. He is kicking himself for dropping that.
And Winston Lee's checking in, trying to drill a 25-yarder. The kick is going to be up, and it's going to split the uprights. An easy conversion for Winston Lee. He's 2 for 2 today. A 23-yarder and a 25-yarder. That'll take us to the end of the third. At the end of 3, Pomona Pitzer now stretching their lead, 27-7. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. So coming into the second half, it was a 10-point game, 17-7, Pomona Pitzer. The defense hasn't been too bad for Laverne, but the penalties on the special teams, on the punt, keeping things going, and then bending the defense a little bit right here, putting up a field goal, as well as a touchdown pass to Win Hunter. And now you have a 20-point hole to try to come back from with only 15 minutes remaining, 27-7.
And then you also have to factor, Billy, the fact that the offense did nothing on that in that previous quarter. They were on the field maybe a total of 5 minutes.
And the one time they did have something positive, Grayson Klein with the good catch going into Pomona territory. He fumbled it after.
So very frustrating for 2 of the 3 phases of the Laverne team.
Kickoff to the left side, nearing Marcellus Hunter. It'll be kicked out of bounds. So 1st and 10 from the Laverne 35 to start the 4th quarter.
Kicking team. The ball is placed at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Laverne.
I'm challenging this Laverne offense on this drive to get into the end zone. Try and do something. 15 minutes left in the game. It's homecoming. You're 0-3. What can you do? This could be the whole season right here, this quarter.
Josh Evans in at quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off to Marcellus Hunter on the left end, trying to sneak across the left tackle. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 to bring up 2nd and 7.
Some positive yardage. It helps.
Grayson Klein, first time back, trying to make his presence known. They were expecting big things from him last year. He was their #1 targeted receiver last year. First game back this year. Has a few catches as Evans fumbles the snap, is going to find it now, escapes the pocket to the right, throwing, and it's going to be incomplete to Gonzalez. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
See, Evans needs to set his feet to make the throw. I think he needs to remain in that pocket. He is a lot less accurate when he rolls out. Give your receivers an opportunity to make their routes.
3rd and 7, a trio of receivers down to the right side. One lone receiver up top to the left. Evans stays in the pocket this time. Throws incomplete, intended for Grayson Klein. Grayson Klein saying he caught it. It looked like it bounced out and hit the floor from our vantage point.
But look at that accuracy, though. That was in the one spot that only Grayson Klein could get because Josh Evans stayed in the pocket and was able to stick it in there, step up, and make the throw. It looked like a grab from where I was. But unfortunately, that's why we're up here in the booth, Billy, and not wearing zebra stripes down on the field.
So 4th and 7. Zebra stripes say no catch, and Diego Garcia will punt it deep to Tate Tussing. Tussing scoops it up. Almost scrambled a little bit around his 20-yard line. Now he's going to find late life on the right end. Is going to try to work his way back to the middle of the field, and he'll take it all the way to the 50. Once again, Tate Tussing puts up around 30 yards on the punt return. A late flag in the back, but it looks like Pomona Pitzer is going to have great field positioning here.
You just have to punt away from him. You know how dangerous he is. Don't punt directly to him. You're going to have to use those sidelines.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 24, receiving team. 15-yard penalty. Pomona keeps the ball. First down.
It's been a while since we've seen Pomona Pitzer have a flag called in their direction.
So 1st and 10. Really negates the great field positioning that Tate Tussing set them up with.
but it doesn't necessarily hurt Pomona Pitzer because they know they can advance the football either way, no matter where they're at. And this just gives them a larger field and more time to kill on the clock.
1st and 10 from their own 33. Saez drops back, is now gonna let it fly deep to the left sideline. The pass is gonna be completed. Will Radis, the freshman wide receiver out of Boise, Idaho, making the fantastic grab down the sideline into Laverne territory.
Radis, another big receiver, taller than the safety guarding him, was able to beat him downfield, and he's just so much bigger, so much longer, able to extend those long arms out and haul in the pass.
1st and 10 now from the Laverne 32, a quick pass over to Hunter. Hunter's just gonna drop to his knees and take the loss. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. So it started off 1st and 10 from their own 33. A beautiful pass to Radis, and it's 2nd and 11 now from the Laverne 33.
It's just Pomona Pitzer identifying the mismatches on the field and taking advantage of them every single time. Laverne has a tough defense, but that secondary is very undersized compared to those receivers. Right here, we see right in front of us the big mismatch between receiver and corner.
Empty backfield. Saez is going to let it fly. This time a misroute, miscommunication. Luckily for Pomona Pitzer, it was overthrown and unable to be picked off by the Laverne secondary. Crossed up on the play was Sam Williamson, the sophomore wide receiver.
And you see what I saw. Saya identified Williamson as the bigger receiver and was trying to go for the house on that play, but Williamson, I guess, thought it was a different play, thought he was going to cut inside rather than keep going up. Laverne's very fortunate that the play turned out that way because it was looking, the way Williamson was going, it could have been an easy grab and go for him.
So after some debate, 3rd and 11, play clock down to 5. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Saez drops back, hit as he throws, and it's going to be picked off by the Laverne secondary. Off of the batted pass, off of Win Hunter, into the waiting hands of Darren Hooks. Darren Hooks was right there on the pickup.
Well, Hooks is no stranger at getting picks. We've witnessed him do it several times throughout this season thus far. Great job to be there after the ball bounced out of the receiver's hands.
So here's a handoff to Martavius Holiday. Beautiful 1st down run to bring up 2nd and 2.
Holiday using that quickness of his to make the right cut and use that speed of his to move upfield.
Officials timeout for a defensive player injury.
Defensive player injury of Pomona Pitzer. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Pomona Pitzer with the 27-7 lead. They just about added more if it wasn't for the late hit that Ed Saez had on the throw and off the fingertips of Win Hunter into Hooks.
Look at the stats. Josh Evans is 8 of 13 for 65 yards and 1 touchdown.
Darren Hooks, his 1st interception this season. Laverne as a team has 3 interceptions now. With Hooks, they have 4 interceptions.
That's right. I believe Darren Hooks got an interception against Cedis, which is why it's not recorded on his official stats.
Sam Taylor in at quarterback, stays in the pocket, is going to find Sagastumi off of his chest. Once again, Sagastumi right there, Chris, doing what you like to see, working his way back into the center of the field. And they had him right there, just Sagastumi unable to corral it and bring it in.
That's where I feel he's most effective. He's small and he's quick. He's like a Julian Edelman type of player.
A Wes Welker, as this one's thrown near the sideline. The pass is going to be complete to Grayson Klein. On third down, they get the first down.
And watch the accuracy now. As these quarterbacks are setting their feet in the pocket, they're not rolling out.
Sam Taylor finding his groove now. We'll hand it off to Martavius Holiday. A big hole opened up by the offensive line. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
See, when you show the defense you can actually throw the ball a bit downfield, they're going to start to peel. They're going to start to thin out in the secondary. Thin out on the line, and that's going to make it easier for these running backs.
Pair of receivers to Taylor's left and to his right. He elects to hand it off to Martavius Holiday. Tripped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage, diving across, good enough for a first down. Credit that first down to Martavius Holiday. Pomona Pitzer found him immediately at the scrimmage, but one of those running backs that keep his legs moving and then just diving. The wherewithal to know where the first down marker was.
And Martavius Holiday, he is an X factor on this offense. I'm glad that they're using him a lot more.
Staying in the pocket and being hit hard was Sam Taylor. Finding his receiver, Elijah Washington.
Washington able to peel off to the right to grab the check down throw. Great patience and poise in the pocket by Sam Taylor, even after taking that shot.
Washington, the freshman running back, stays in alongside Taylor. A trio of leopards to the left. Sam Taylor is going to spin move his way back. Going to throw it deep to the left side. Levon Lester on the coverage. Intended for Grayson Klein. Lester able to get a hand on it.
There was a lot of pressure on Sam Taylor on that play as when he rolled to his left. That probably threw him off balance, was not able to make the throw that he wanted. Throwing it into double coverage. Very fortunate it wasn't an interception.
And he rolled into the pressure on his left side. Taylor now drops back, is going to throw up the middle, incomplete to Sagastumi and picked off. Tate Tussing is going to take it on to the left side, across midfield to the 40, picking up some blocks at the 20, the 10, the 5, and being dragged down at the 3-yard line. Holy smokes, Tate Tussing is having an impact today.
That's a shame right there. Sagastumi was wide open, but Taylor overthrew it. That's the issue with Sagastumi being an undersized receiver, is he has to put up a little bit more effort to get up there to haul in that pass. Had it by the fingertips, but that ball popped out, and Tussing, the beneficiary of patience, able to grab that ball, follow his blockers, and get them inside the 5-yard line, where Pomona Pitzer is very, very dangerously close to putting up another touchdown.
And it's almost like we've seen deja vu twice. We saw Laverne have a fumble recovery as Otterman's going to trot into the end zone easily for his second rushing touchdown. The route is on here with 10 minutes remaining in the game. Pomona Pitzer with another touchdown.
The defense needs to do better at trying to stop him. Right? As we mentioned, when he's back there, it's like a wildcat formation. He's going to do what he wants with it, and that's exactly what he did. Took the ball and just waltzed in, full speed.
We saw back-to-back fumbles, similar off of receptions. And this one's going to be off the left side once again and in for a good point after. Shaky on the point afters to no avail. It's a 34-7 lead for Pomona Pitzer. And then after the 2 fumbles, Chris, we saw 2 interceptions that were off the intended receiver's hands. A little tit-for-tat game going here between Laverne and Pomona Pitzer.
That's very true, Billy. However, Pomona Pitzer has the wherewithal to be able to get into the end zone every time they've gotten the ball this far off of those penalties, off of those turnovers.
So we take a look. Otterman just easily able to scamper his way into the end zone, his second rushing touchdown of the season and of the game. Ed Saez, 26 of 41, 308 passing yards. Coming into the game, he was ranked third in SCIAC with 182 passing yards per game. Definitely adding to that total today and trying to move his way up to first in SCIAC.
Well, for the Laverne offense, you just had to try and get a touchdown now and try and feel good about yourself in this game. They haven't had anything really going since that initial drive where they scored a touchdown.
Chase Red with the kickoff to the right side. Gonzalez is going to be wrapped up and losing the ball. Fortunately enough for Laverne, Elijah Washington was there to trounce on it, but Laverne now pinned within their own 10.
Gonzalez got yoked up, wrapped around the shoulders and just thrown down and was not able to hold on to the ball. That was a huge tackle and hit.
Tell you what, look out for Pomona Pitzer this season. They barely lost to Redlands 15-13, who are the defending SCIAC champions. And then now they're putting the hurting on Laverne 34-7. They could do some big things here this season. There's a pass complete to the left side for Laverne. Near a first down marker. It'll be just short, 2nd and 2.
Sam Taylor trying to redeem himself after throwing that interception, throwing off target, but able to hit his receiver on that curl route.
As now Laverne going to their third string quarterback, the sophomore Nick Greer. Here's a handoff. Martavius Holiday still on his feet. He's got the first down and tackled shy of their own 30.
Martavius Holiday, he's gotten a lot of work today. I like seeing it because when he gets the ball, he is hard to bring down, and he will hold on to that ball the entire time. He had about 3 sage hens trying to rip that ball out of his hands.
Sam Taylor, not Greer, behind the back. A little dump off now to Martavius Holiday. Nothing to work with there, and they lose about 7 yards.
They brought everyone in on that play. They read run the entire time.
Second and 17 from the Laverne 22. Trying to get to the 38. Taylor, a lot of awareness, is going to throw short to the intended receiver. Hit as he threw. Kyle Davis, defensive lineman, getting in the face of Sam Taylor on that last throw.
They need to run some quicker routes.
3rd and 16. Pair receivers to the left of Taylor and to the right. Gonzalez, the lone running back, alongside him. Play action pass. Sam Taylor has to step up, now escape the pocket, facing trouble, and is going to be pushed out of bounds and sacked. Getting to him was Nicholas Del Biagio, the freshman defensive line. Del Biagio is having himself a game. His presence has been known all game long.
And it's easy for Pomona Pitzer when you put Laverne in this situation. Laverne is not known as a deep ball threat team. And when you put them in these deep situations, the receivers are undersized. They have to do so much more to get around these bigger defenders, and the quarterback can't stay back there all day.
Diego Garcia nearly got it blocked. Tate Tunsing working his way back. Fair catches it just shy of their own 40. 8:04 remaining in the game. Pomona Pitzer with a 34-7 lead. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Pomona Pitzer's offense looking to add on to this 27-point lead.
And watching right in front of us, the Pomona Pitzer bench, they are on fire. They have been excited and enthusiastic the entire game, and it's been reflecting on the field.
First and 10. From the Pomona Pitzer 39, a handoff to the freshman running back, Williams. First look that we see him.
About 8 on the play.
Pomona Pitzer at this point already looking at a victory. They're just going to let the play clock drain.
Second and 2 from the 47 of Pomona Pitzer. Dominic Norris, the freshman running back, alongside him. He's going to pick it up right here. He's got the first down easily. Dominic Norris has found his way into becoming almost the top running back on this Pomona Pitzer team. Coming into the game, 26 carries for 136 yards, averaging 32 on the ground per game. Of course, he's not getting enough attention as you have Otterman and Kapule that usually take a majority of the snaps. Two receivers to the right of Saez, one down low to the left. Pomona Pitzer in the orange and white, Laverne in the green and black. Saez drops it off to his running back once again. Norris unable to pick up anything positive there. It'll be second and 10.
Something different on this play than what Pomona Pitzer did on the previous play. Similar run, opposite side of the field. But what Pomona Pitzer did on that previous play compared to the one we just saw is they moved the fullback in motion, forcing the linebackers to follow him, and then they just ran the ball on the opposite side.
Second and 10. Now from the Laverne 46. Saez takes the snap, hands it off. Again, no gain. Third and 10.
That looked like the exact same running play as what they had just ran. But for Pomona Pitzer, the idea is just to get short yardage and kill the clock.
They gave the ball to Darius Sason, freshman running back out of Santa Monica. First attempt there. Now third and 11 from the Laverne 47. 5:30 remaining in the game. Laverne trailing 34-7 to Pomona Pitzer. Saez still in at quarterback. He's going to drop back. He's going to let it fly to the left side, trying to find Radice, and broken up. Beautifully covered by the secondary of Laverne. Jordan Peavy, the cornerback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 70, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And as the story for this game and for the entire season for Laverne, another penalty has just kept another opposing drive alive. After Jordan Peavy, some great effort knocking down that pass. And it was an underthrown ball too, Billy. Otherwise, Redis would have been able to just jump up there and snag it in.
And Peavy had to break up the pass multiple times, as you mentioned, eliminating the great play by Peavy. First and 10 now from the Laverne 32. They're going to hand it off to Sason again. Sason gets nowhere. Second and 10.
And with that penalty, not only keeping this drive alive, it allows Pomona Pitzer to continue to milk the clock. They have 30 seconds left on the play clock. If they decide to hold on to it the entire time, it'll be about 4:40 before they get the ball off.
So just under 5 minutes remaining in the game. Pomona Pitzer out in front comfortably, 34-7. Looking for their third straight victory over Laverne. As a direct snap here to the right side. And in for a first down. A beautiful designed play for Evan Flitz, the freshman quarterback.
So bringing in another quarterback to help out. Another one that can run. If Pomona Pitzer can find a way to balance and utilize all three of these quarterbacks and the weapons that they possess, it's going to be a great season for them. You have a number of options offensively. You can
their first charge timeout of the half.
If I were their offense coordinator, I'd be licking my chops at just the thought of what I could be doing.
So Pomona Pitzer calls a timeout. 4:08 remaining in the game. 34-7 Pomona Pitzer. They didn't give Flitz the first down. They marked him a yard shy, so it'll be 3rd and 1 after the timeout. But yeah, they're in good hands comfortably from that quarterback position. We saw Evan Flitz right now with a nice direct snap. He's a freshman quarterback. Siaz, the senior, will be headed out elsewhere. They will still have Otterman for one more year. So this offense for Pomona Pitzer can get comfortable and have a good couple of years.
And this duo of Otterman and Sias, we saw it last year on their turf. They were doing the exact same thing. They just have added more weapons offensively to become more dynamic, to create better execution.
So 3rd and 1. Flitz is going to take the snap. He's going to run to the left side. Easily picks up the first down into the Laverne 10. And you mentioned last year what they were able to do with their weapons and adding more this year. We still have not seen, due to injury, their top receivers, senior wide receiver, David Burkinski. One of those guys similar to like a Nate Sagastumi that could get the short pickup and then yards after catch. Burkinski, a huge part of this Pomona Pitzer team, and due to injury, unable to play today, and still the weapons are there.
And it's just a great job from the Pomona Pitzer coaching staff to see the players that they have on the roster, their size, how they can be utilized, and utilizing them in the appropriate way. You have big receivers, put them on the outside, let them beat the smaller defenders. Use your smaller receivers inside. You have a big guy like Otterman who can play both quarterback and receiver and running back, and he can be utilized in a number of different ways.
So it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the Laverne 9. Norris on the carry. Dominic Norris unable to pick up anything on that one. Chance here for Evan Flitz, the freshman quarterback, to show his talents late in the 2018 homecoming game for Laverne. Flitz, the righty, is going to hand it off. No, takes it himself. A spin move and is going to be wrapped up for a loss. Sacked and losing 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 11.
And they're going to let the clock milk on this. It'll be under 2 minutes before we get another snap. So Pomona Pitzer really have to applaud the way that they've come out into this game. It was a tough one in the first quarter, but since then they've been able to pull away, capitalize on Laverne's turnovers, on their penalties, and have just been able to dominate this game from end to end.
So 3rd and goal from the Laverne 11, a handoff to Dominic Norris, picking up about 4 yards on the carry, well short of the end zone, and it'll bring up 4th.
I wonder, are they going to go for it, or are they going to attempt a field goal? It looks like they're going to go for it. I mean, what do you have to lose if you're Pomona Pitzer? You're up by 24.
This is going to be the largest victory by either team since 2011 when Laverne defeated Pomona Pitzer 52-7. So Flitz with the fake throw is going to take it up the middle himself and is going to be well short of the end zone, tackled at the 5. Turnover on downs. So with a minute left of the game, Laverne will come out for one last go at it. They trail 34-7. Student section has retreated.
If you're Laverne, you just kind of have to reevaluate the way you've been doing things this season. You've been losing by 10+ points in each game, minus the exhibition game against Cedis.
Hand off to Elijah Washington. A beautiful design play on the left side. A big first down and in to the 35.
Penalties have been a killer. Poor execution in the second half has been a killer. Turnovers have been a killer.
23-yard run by Washington, first down, Verne.
It's just not the way that they want to come out and play in front of their home fans here on homecoming.
Again, a handoff to Washington from Evans to the left side. Short of the first down, it'll bring up 2nd and 4 as 40 seconds remain of the game.
They're getting yardage now, but at this point, Pomona Pitzer just like, do what you want. We got this game.
2nd and 2, 34-7, 20 seconds remaining in the game. Josh Evans, the senior quarterback, still in there for Laverne. Alongside the freshman Elijah Washington. Washington takes the handoff again, going to the left side, getting the first down. Likely the last play of the game. Barring a timeout. And no team will elect to call a timeout. That'll wrap up this 2018 homecoming game. For a third consecutive season, Pomona Pitzer has defeated Laverne in SCIAC play, this time 34-7. And for the second straight time that Pomona Pitzer has been here at homecoming, they've spoiled the homecoming festivities for Laverne. In 2010, they defeated them 28-26, this time 34-7. An easy 27-point victory. What did you see today, Chris?
I saw a lot of good things from Pomona Pitzer and a lot of bad things from Laverne. Laverne came out with a very promising first drive, able to put up 7 points on the board, and it looked like it was going to be very competitive. After that, it was penalties. Penalties killed Laverne, kept Pomona Pitzer drives alive, killed their offensive drive, allowing Pomona Pitzer to just capitalize on all these mismatches. Laverne's got a great team, but a lot of their players are undersized compared to what Pomona Pitzer brought to the table, and they were able to capitalize and attack it every single time. Then you fast forward to the second half where it seemed promising for Laverne, but it was just poor execution, turnovers, a lot of miscommunication, and that ultimately sealed Laverne's fate in this game. And that's not exactly the way you want to come out on homecoming, especially this deep into the season right now. Your second game in SCIAC competition, and Laverne just needs to do something to figure out how they're going to carry out the rest of the season.
Yeah, you mentioned the penalties. They were penalized 14 times, giving Pomona Pitzer 114 yards. You add that to the 327 passing yards, well over 400 yards total for Pomona Pitzer. Ed Saez was a beast, 26 for 41, 308 yards with a touchdown pass. Receiving, Win Hunter, 6 receptions. Back-to-back weeks, he has over 100 yards receiving. Totaled up 117 today to go along with a 42-yard touchdown reception. On the Laverne side of things, Gonzalez, 14 carries for 63 yards. Martavius Holiday, 13 carries for 57. Sagastumi had the 33-yard reception that you talked about early on, where it looked like it was going to be a close competitive game, where Laverne was able to counter the Otterman rushing touchdown right in the beginning. And then from there, we haven't seen much. It was good to see Grayson Klein back in the mix. He had himself 4 receptions, led the team in receiving yards with 52 yards. The longest one was the 33, of course, to Sagastumi from Josh Evans. Moving forward, what does Laverne need to do?
Discipline is a big one to avoid these penalties, for one. Offensively, they need to be more creative as to how they call their plays, as far as how they're able to get the ball downfield, especially with the receivers. Use your undersized wide receivers inside, your bigger wide receivers outside, and try and find some mismatches.
Laverne will play Whittier next week on the 13 at 5 p.m. The game will be on Leo FM. For Chris Livingston, I'm Billy Lopez. At the end of the game, Pomona Pitzer wins 34-7 over Laverne. You're watching SCIAC football on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.